we are second-year students from University of Cebu, Maine, and conducting an interview for our Human Resource Management project. So,
Is it okay to you to interview?
It's okay.
Okay. So, here's the first question.
what is the minimum wage in this jurisdiction and how is it determined?
Pili minimum nga sweldo ninyo o giyon sa ninyo pagkahibaw o mao na inyong minimum nga sweldo by hours ba or fixed lang?
Among bukan dari kanang sildo dari kay kanang minimum di ba minimum round rate for 35 man. Kuan fix na siya sa not daw kay pwede rin ikaw ka pa ng manong oras.
Second question. So, what is the maximum number of hours an employee can work in a day or week under the law?
So, sa isa ka adlaw or semana, sir, pila ka oras jud ang dapat niyong dutihan?
Sa usak adlaw jud dapat 8 hours jud. So sa 1 week nga 2 days man ang day off.
So, what is the Saturdays?
Wala mi Sunday o Merkulis ako kay plus 1 man day off niya akong kauban kay license mo day pero kuan yan bili na siya sa Saturday o Monday pa wala na. So akong kuan ana ang among semana ana nga hours kay kuan na lang
40 hours. 40 hours, 8 and 5 days. The next question, sir. What are the rules around vacation time and sick?
So, unsay process ninyo if ever mag-vacation leave mo or mag-sick leave?
O sa kana sa vacation kay giplano man. So one week before ka mo kuan basta kada ano ka na kuan letter na kay papagban pa man na. So sa kanila. Sa sick leave po kay kuan man na. Sa sick leave kay pas mo ang tagal mo requirements na ko pas mo pag mga kuan na medical mo yan.
What are the requirements for meal and rest breaks during the workday?
So, unsay mga requirements ninyo if mag-kuan mo mag-rest day or kana sa inyong meal? Nago mo i-time in, time out na kailangan i-sulat?
So sa kana kay kuan mami kanang naman ni lunch break na napod mi break sa buntag sa hapon. So sa break mi sa buntag sa buto ra nako kung kauban ana ya ako una yung sunod siya na po kana. Sa lunch break kay kuan dungan man jud mi kay close man jud na muna kay kuan na jud fix yung lang lunch break pagtuan. Kahapon na sad mo ra gyapon sa buntag sabot ra mi kulira.
So, mag-record mo, sir, like, iputang sa DTR na break.
Wala naman. Ang mga diri kay kontra man. Kanang mag-out raman og in.
So, next question. Are you currently receiving a differential pay or shift differential pay?
Naa ba kayo nadawat nga differential pay or shift differential pay?
Ang kanang differential pay kay mao man ang tanong dawat nga
Excess.
Excess. Sa kuan sa ako diri kay tagsara man kay kumakadawat ana overtime okay kuan kay kasagaran lagi diri kay lagi mo lagi na maayo tigamo ana ba niya nang busy mi ana niya balitan 6 na mong out no busy mi 5 only ko na mi ana para relax consider na nga kuan din ana.
So, what is the purpose of the differential pay or shift differential pay in your organization?
So, unsay purpose sa inyong differential pay sa inyong organization?
Siguro may na lang makuan ba madagdagan ng among inadlaw nga sildo.
The next question. So, are there any limits to the amount of differential pay that an employee can receive?
Naa ba mo'y limit if ever na mo'y differential pay?
Wala raman kay ang kuan raman ang mo diri gud ang pasihan ba o okay absurd raman mo ang kuan trabaho kay kasagaran sa ningana gud maka-over may kay tungod man sa kuan ba shipment o naman.
Next question. Are there different rates of differential pay based on the shift or time of day?
Lahi ba ang rate sa inyong differential pay? Based ba sa shift or sa oras?
Pariha raman kay kung ikuan na mo siya gud lima gud na night shift kay kung night shift siguro nay patong o pero sa mua wala man kay
Based on time siguro.
sa time raman no.
Pila ka hours kung malapos.
Ana ra. Ya pag kuan na pag calculate na kay kuan man. Dili mo hour na na.
Example, 54 per hour.
Oo, na i-times na mo sa pila ka oras ka na.
Na kanang lapas. So next question. So what are your regular working hours and how are they determined by your employer?
Pila ka oras inyong regular working hours? Wait lang. Kuan sa biyag, yun sa pagkahibaw sa inyong amo na kanang oras na nagtrabaho mo na.
So sa kana na ang among konjud regular diri nga duty jud kay kuan 9 to 6.
9 a.m.
9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Nya may bawaan ra man na sa mga amo kay computerized mamigod. Log in mo dire nya mutatak man dito sa ilang ana nilag in si kuan ana nya log out sa ana ya tapos na kuan na sa camera always na sila nagkuan camera.
Then what is the process for requesting time off or change in your work schedule?
So, if ever mag-change kag day off or mag-change kag schedule nimo, unsay process ninyo ani para ma-approve sa inyong employer?
Sa kana ay kuan sa mo diri sa yun naman kay na so man kay dagan pa magpagkuan pati sama sa yun naman kay kuan naman sa buton ra nimo imong kauban tapos okay sa inya iya ha wala nimo i-idol sa imong amo ana paano mo approve naman dito si ma'am basta nalan di mo kasi.
Next question. How is overtime calculated and compensated? Okay.
Yun sa pag-calculate ng overtime.
Kana mao to ganina ako nasulti ka kuan minimum i-divide ra nimo 8 para mabawan pila ang oras ana tapos i-times ra mo pila ang oras kada lapas.
The last question, sir. What are the consequences for an employer who violates the working hours?
Sa mga consequences inyong makuha sa inyong employer if ever dili mo musunod sa inyong working hours?
Sa panda, na-add na doon sa among kuan papel na pirmahan sa kuan. Kaso nga na kay ma-offense. So sa first, bandit ka verbal.
Katabi lang.
Mali. Kuan di rated di una na mo rated. Tapos sunod verbal. Human kay kuan ka. Say tawag ka na kanang palibot sa tawag ka na 3 days. Nakatagal.
First question, what is the minimum wage in this country and how is it?
For me, as per signing the contract, when I go to work, my minimum wage is 13,500, which is the basic pay. Then it exclude with transportations, lunch, and other fees like clothing and transportation. Then the 13,500 is fixed, and with the night differential, it includes as per calculating, so my day will be 700 pesos per day.
Second question, what is the maximum number of hours an employee can per week under the law?
As per mandate by the law, it should be 8 hours of working, but then it should be 9 hours, then the 1 hour will be on lunch, so 8 hours will be the working days of the employee.
What are the rules around vacation time?
Well, if you have vacation or sick leave, then you will ask the manager for you will apply for the sick leave or vacation leave. Hence, if you would like to have exceptional or want to absent or have an exceptional agreement with the manager, you can if you are absent with your work, you can have or you will submit a medical certificate for you to validate your absences on your workplace.
Next, what are the requirements for meal and rest breaks during work?
During your lunch break or your break time, you will chat to the supervisor that you will be or logging out or signing off on your specific time. Then if you have break or meals, it's also you will chat to the manager that to the TL rather that you will break at like this time or 15 minutes ahead.
So, verbal rin yung pag-ihong, may na mo sa
Yeah, you will chat that like your break at example 3 p.m. Then the time is 2:55 p.m. So you will tell ahead of time so that they were aware.
Are you currently receiving a differential pay or shift differential pay?
Yes, of course. Especially if there are excess times that there's a bundle of customers that there are plethora of inquiries about in our account, which is travel account on call center, and you will receive overtime for that. And with the overtime, you don't need to worry about it because you will have to, I mean the company will compensate you about your overtime.
What is the purpose of the differential pay or shift differential pay in your organization?
Well, for me, the purpose of this is, I mean, giving more opportunities to the employees, especially if you, the customer, I mean, the employees wanted to have an overtime, so they will also have plenty of hours to work, and so they will gain more on, and they will add to their salaries.
Are there any limits to the amount of differential pay that an employee could receive?
For me, it depends on the company. For example, the supervisor will tell us that we will, I mean, it depends on the queuing of the account. For example, there are lots of clients that needs to be catered, and that they need to have a customer service representative. So for example, they will say that you will have this overtime for 4 hours or 8 hours, but it depends only on the employer. I mean, it depends on the company. It also depends on you if you will wanted to have that overtime. But if you don't have, if you don't like, well, you have the right mindset to choose.
Depende rin yun, sir.
Depende rin maybe mo book already.
So next question. Are there different rates of differential pay based on the shift or type of work?
Yeah, luckily, like national world, like there is a 20% on the overtime. For the night shift, there is also 10%. So it depends. For na dyan na siya, di dyan siya yung nga same sa imuhang regular pay, but there is a conscious additional na percent.
What are the regular working hours and how are they determined?
8 hours. 8 hours is the minimum hours working hours.
What is the process for requesting time off or a change in your work?
Well, first you will ask your TL or supervisor or managers. Then you will ask if that can I have this. But you will ask in a manner that you will ask them. You will wanted to change the schedule. Or for example, me personally, that I requested PTO, which is paid time off for tomorrow because I don't want to work tomorrow, so that I requested for paid time off of my supervisor.
Is that ahead of time, sir?
Yeah.
Mapila magkakuha ng mga days, sir, para mapagkakuha?
Hindi siya days. It depends on the availability of the PTO. If there's availability, then you can have the PTO. But if there's not, they will require some time siguro para to check if naba by tomorrow or tomorrow.
So what are the consequences for an employer who violates the working hours rules?
Every employer, I mean, every employee should know the because namo na sa ilang signing contract. So if they will not amend the law, well, there's termination. But hindi siya yung direct na ma-terminate, but there are kind of offenses. Like first is verbal offenses. If you will no call no show, you will have your verbal offenses. Second, you will have the written nga kanang written nga kanang letter na mag-address sa supervisor. Then second letter, third letter is mo na nang maabot sa manager na. Then after na is termination na. By process siya before ka kay kung di mo ka maka-direct o terminate sa employer, kaya naman sa tayo na nagkuhan sa employees.
Warning ba no?
Warning lang.
Last na question, sir. How is overtime calculated and compensated?
For me, personally, it's my first time to work, so I don't have that enough knowledge of calculating my overtime. Kay ako, as much as I work that or I have overtime, so I there's a payslip man, but I don't mind asking man to my manager about the overtime.
Hey everyone, I am Rosebeth Gaut and I will be giving recommendations for the employees we have interviewed. So far, for the first employee, I would recommend that he wouldn't abuse the goodness of her employee. So even if the employer is not that strict, he should still comply the rules and regulations to his workplace. He must also maintain his good work and dedication to his work. So for the second employee, I would recommend that he should maintain his good deeds to his work. And I think that the organization needs to review the compensation plans regularly and make any adjustment necessary to ensure the employees work well. Because what I have noticed is that their overtime pay rate is only 10%. And it says on the law that the additional overtime pay rate is 25%.
Since the first employee that we interviewed seems perfect, I can only recommend them to be consistent in their performance. Lucky to them, they also have a good employer, which make them easy to work with. While on the other hand, I can only recommend them to be a disciplined employee because everything will follow.
My recommendation about the employee that we interviewed is that they should have a medical insurance. Nowadays, having illness is expensive to be hospitalized. With this employer's benefit, we could assure that the health and safety of the staff and employers of a certain or workplace. My recommendation about the employee that we have been interviewed is that they should have a retirement plan, whether their salary is not quite too much high, but they deserve to have a retirement plan fee for the years that they have been employed in a big or a small business industry.
I am Charlie Jean P. Caballero. So the first employee that we interviewed is based on my observation on his answer. As you can see, he has a skills and a good attitude and performance. So I recommend that his or her employer will give him a certificate of appreciation for being a hardworking employee. And for the second one, so I recommend that being on the work is they don't need to pressure themselves and always have a time management and enjoy what are they doing and always love their job.
On the first interviewee, I've noticed that he expressed his thoughts clearly, answered our questions without hesitation, and he is knowledgeable. The only minor thing that I can recommend to him is that he should stay still while he's interviewed. And the second employee is just also like the first one, who is knowledgeable and speaks clearly. I can suggest that he needs to talk loudly because everything around him is so noisy.